What's up, world? This is your boy, Coach EB, aka EB the Geeker, and welcome to another very special edition of Talking Hoops in the Sip. That's right, Talking Hoops in the Sip. I mean, we got a special show for you tonight. It is different than any other show. We are introducing, we're going to be talking about the Geekers Combine that's coming up. We're going to be talking about the Geekers Challenge. That's right, the Geekers Challenge. First time ever. It's going to be a one-on-one challenge with two of the top guards in the SIP, two of the top point guards in the SIP. And we got them right here tonight live on the show. I'm telling you, I can't wait. It's going to be a heavyweight boxing match, one-on-one. But before I get into it, let me just share with my sponsor tonight, let you know about the sponsor. You know who it is. You know who it is. It's Tatum and Wade Law Firm, located 124 East of Meade Street, right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Tatum and Wade are real lawyers who get real results, or serious lawyers who get serious results. But hey, I say, if you want to get paid, you better go to Tatum and Wade. That's right. Listen, before I get just too deep into it, let me bring my boy Cord on. What up, Cord? Darius Jones in the building.
What up, Coach?
Oh, okay. We on the no video game at Geek today, huh?
I'm coming on.
Oh, we got the audio. Okay, I saw my man's shoes coming. But today, man, listen. Let me tell you guys about the Geekers Challenge. The Geekers Challenge is something I came up with. It's a one-on-one. When you look at college and, having coached in college at every level and coached a little bit in the pros and coached high school, coached at every level, you got to be able to go one-on-one. You got to be able to take your man off the dribble. You got to be able to guard your man. And so at the next level, they're looking for kids that can break their man down off the dribble and get to the basket, make a play, score, kick it out to somebody who's open, all those different things. So we came up with the Geekers Challenge one-on-one edition. We have a lot of camps going on, and we got our combine, the Geekers Combine. It's going to be Saturday, matter of fact, in Jackson. We're excited about that. It's going to be at Murrah High School. We got girls and boys. College coaches going to be in the building, JUCO, NAI, some D3s, D2s. So we're excited about that. We got some of the top players in the Central and Gulf Coast area coming to the one here in Jackson. And then we got one coming in Oxford on the 23rd. So the one in Jackson is like pretty much almost sold out. You got I got maybe one or two more spots. So if the registration really ended on Friday, but we're giving you an extension to Wednesday. Everything has to be taken care of by Wednesday for the Geekers Combine. But check this out. We got a special main event, and it's the Geekers Challenge. It's one-on-one. And so the two contestants will be on here shortly. I'm excited about them. Some of you know them. Some of you may not, but we're going to introduce the world to them today. Several of them, they both have college offers, and they both play for, I'll give y'all some hints. They play for some kids here in the Jackson area. So we got one in Oxford as well. We're going to have a Geekers Challenge in Oxford as well. It's a one-on-one, deal there. And they said they weren't scared. I'll be honest with you. I asked a couple people, and they didn't want to do the one-on-one. They was a little nervous, or they had some type of excuse. And so, but these young men decided, hey, they going mano-mano. That's cool. So as I bring in the legendary Mississippi Hoop Report, LaBelle Shoes Johnson. What up, Shoes?
What's going on,
Shoes, and there's my man Cord. There he is with the hat. Cord always gonna have a fresh hat on. I mean, he gonna have that hat going, that hat game.
I'm here.
So, Shoes, let me ask you. You got the little Cowboys in the background. Okay, something wrong with you.
How about them? How about them Cowboys?
Got my Cowboys down tonight.
Cowboys, you know what? They they did win 40-0. So congratulations.
Yeah.
And
How
let me
about
ask
them
you,
boys?
let me ask you this, Shoes. And we're getting ready to introduce. I haven't introduced the guys yet, so we're not gonna tell their names just yet. But they'll be on here real shortly. Tell me your thoughts. You know, when I told you about the thing, the one-on-one, and the stuff that it's going to entail, where it comes for, you're going to have to get 5-spot shooting. You're going to shoot from the elbow. The corner, the wing, top of the key, wing, corner. You got to make 10. You know, you got to shoot 10 shots. Whoever makes the most shots there will, win that round. Then I have what you call an NBA shooting drill, where you're going to start on the corner again. You shoot a three. So if, let's say you make a three, you get 3 points. All right. As long as you keep making them, you get points. So if you make 3 threes, that's 9 points. Once you miss, you get your rebound, and then you step in and hit a 15-footer. If you miss the 15-footer, then you got to go get a layup. If you make a layup, that's 1 point. So right there, you got 10 points. Then you go to the wing, same thing. You feel what I'm doing? All the way around, same thing. And then whoever gets the most point wins that round. Then the next drill is what I call the goon drill. The goon drill is where you start out on the baseline, go touch the free throw line, go back to the end line, and the ball is thrown off the backboard, and then you got to go run it down. And whoever's on off gets the ball is on offense, and then the other person's on defense. And you go down and back. If you get a stop, you get a point. If you score, you get a point. And so you have that going. And then the other piece is you got then you have the final piece is you're going to be doing, that's when we're going into the one-on-one. So you're going to have one-on-one half court, 3 dribbles, and then one-on-one full court. And so tell me your thoughts when you hear that. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's an interesting concept. It's kind of new around here, but it's going to definitely give you a chance to kind of see how guys measure up against each other head up. It comes down to the individual skills and talents of the individual players who can excel in those particular settings that you got set up for the contest. But it should be really interesting. It should be really, really interesting. The two guys you've chosen are very similar in a lot in stature and everything. And
we haven't said we don't say their names, Shoes, because we're about to introduce them.
Two guys you get picked are very similar in stature and
right.
All that. So so it's really interesting.
Well, here's the thing too, and the one thing when in talking to several college coaches is going to be a thing where, you got to be in condition, and really in reality, there's no losers really in this deal because, in my opinion, because people want to see you compete. A lot of kids today just don't compete like they should, and so I think that this time you'll be able to see some kids competing. So anyway, without further ado, listen, one of the kids we're going to introduce is a guard that has been playing varsity since his freshman year. He's been started out at Callaway High School played with David Sanders for his first year. Then he transferred over to Murrah High School. Let's welcome 5'6" guard Javen Cooper. His opponent will be another young guard who's also been starting varsity for his freshman year. Javen, what's up, man? You with us?
What's up, Coach?
All right, there it is. Javen Cooper, Murrah High School in the building. He's opponent number 1. Our next opponent, his opponent that he's going to be going into the ring. See, we got like a boxing ring. We're going into the basketball boxing ring. He's been also a 4-year varsity player, and they have had many battles, in the city, but not only in the city, during the AAU. They call him Lil JJ from Provine High School. Javion Watkins in the building today. Will be this. That's the one-on-one first ever Geekers Challenge right here in Jackson, Mississippi, on Saturday, September 16th. What up, little JJ?
What's up with?
Oh,
JJ, we got our man Shoes in the building. We got Cordarius Jones in the building from up north. Man, listen, I'm excited about you guys going. I appreciate you guys, first of all, coming on the show. And then I appreciate you guys deciding to go one-on-one, showing that y'all not scared. I'm gonna tell you this, I asked several people and they gave me all type of reasons, different why they couldn't do it, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, you guys said, hey, y'all want to take the challenge, and that's big. So I really appreciate that. Let me jump right in. Obviously both of you guys are what we would call smaller guards, small in stature, but I think both of you guys, got some heart. And but what would you tell, and I'll ask you first, Mr. Cooper, what would you share with a college coach that has concerns about your size? What would be something that you would share with them?
I mean, like, I tell a coach, like, size over heart, like, heart over size. Like, I will always bring great energy, and like, I'll always be a good teammate to anybody. Like, anybody on the team. No size matter. Like, so.
All right, cool. JJ, what's your thoughts?
It's just like I might be, they might be looking for a bigger version, but it's just like the same thing. I still got that dog in me that any other dog I got, everything. So like I just tell them, like he said, I bring the energy. I'm a good teammate. I encourage my teammates, talk to them when they having a bad game or something like that, just picking them up, stuff like that.
So when you see, and I'll ask this, when y'all see a 6'1" guard that can do the same thing y'all can do, like when you see that guy standing across from you, and I'll start with you this time, JJ, what do you want them to know?
You say it again?
If you had a 6'1" point guard that's guarding you, what you gonna want him to know about you?
This not what it look like.
This ain't what it look like. I like that. This ain't what it look like. That's a drop the mic thing right there. What about you, Coop?
I'm gonna say he just got to bring it. Like, this ain't even sweet. Like, people think I don't play defense, but when I need to, it's gonna show. So
okay, cool. Cool, we'll come back to you. Tell me, why do you feel you would be, well, let me ask you this. Do you consider yourself the best point guard in the SIP?
I'm one of them.
You one of them. Why would you say you one of them?
Cause pass, shoot, score, like I can do it all if I need to. Like, I can play any role that you need on the team.
JJ, okay, I'm sorry, I ain't let you finish. Okay, JJ, what do you feel you the best point guard in the SIP?
Most definitely.
And tell me why.
It's just like, cause I bring the difference. I bring, like, I'm putting on right now for the smaller guard. Like my boy Jamie, he putting on too. But like, me and him, we've been going at it for a long time, like for years. He real tough. But like me, anytime I'm playing anybody that know me, they know I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna bring it to you. Like you gonna have to come with it. And I just think I play with a chip on my shoulder more than anybody that I'm going against or that's above me.
Let me ask you this. Well, okay, cool. Let me ask you this. We got Lavelle Shoes Johnson on. I'm gonna put him on the spot. So Shoes is the guy that does the rankings on the boys' side. Cooper, tell me, we'll go with you, Coop. I don't know where he got you ranked at, but I know it probably ain't as high as you think. So what would you say to Shoes to, why he got you ranked? Where he got you ranked at, Cool? Because I know you know.
I think it's like my team, like, but my stats are decent. So like I don't know why I'm not on there.
So you're not even on there at all, Cool?
Not even on there.
So what would you say to? I mean, you got him right here. What would you say to him right now? Like you got
Sell
something?
yourself, baby. Sell yourself, baby. I need you to sell yourself.
I'm just saying, like everybody I haven't played against, I at least have a decent game. Like I ain't just looking bad out there and nothing like so. But that's up to you. That's up to you. That's
So
up
you
to you.
ain't,
That's
you
your
ain't tripping.
opinion. I ain't tripping about it. I ain't really.
Well, he gonna be there Saturday to have a first-hand look. JJ, you are ranked. I think you are like 16, 17. So that means there's some other people ahead of you. Tell me your thoughts when you look at that.
I mean, keep me right there. You ain't doing nothing but motivating. That's all.
That's good. And see, to be honest, I do.
I say my middle name is Motivator.
and I will say this, and I'm glad to hear you say that, JJ, and I'm glad to hear what you said, Coop. And to everybody that's watching, I happen to do the girls' rankings, and Shoes does the boys' rankings in the state. First of all, I would share with anyone who would critique. A lot of people want to criticize us and say this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, I've known Shoes for a long time. I've known him before before I moved back to Mississippi. I knew Shoes. Shoes is a national figure. I knew Shoes back in the day, 25 years ago, on the circuit. So you're talking about a guy who is very knowledgeable, who's been around, who's written for some major publications, and who has an eye for talent. And me and Shoes don't always agree. I mean, look, he's already got the Cowboys thing. I mean, that just lets you know he really doesn't know what he's talking about, but that's okay. At the end of the day, but everybody got an opinion. And myself, I've been doing this a long time. And I would tell you this, I'm this type, because I'm kind of like the fellas. I'm a former hooper. Don't let this weight fool you. And I say this to anybody who want to question me. Let's go on the court right now. So that's kind of how I just can't do it like I used to. But anyway, we just what we're trying to do really, though, in all seriousness, is you said the right thing, JJ. Let it motivate you. Everything is a rank. We get ranked. These people that talk about rankings don't matter, this, that, and other. That's not true. We rank stuff all the time. We rank Walmart over Kroger. We rank Wendy's over Burger King. I mean, we rank it all the time because it's not a situation. It's not a slight. Just tell them, your thoughts on that when you rank kids and when people, you've been doing a lot longer than me.
I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with my rankings. I mean, I understand that everybody's got an opinion. Fortunately for me, I've got an avenue and a means for mine to be out there and for everybody to see more so than the average person. But I don't have a problem with when people disagree with me. Now, what I don't want is people badgering me about it. But I accept that you don't see it the way I see it. But there's usually, I put a lot of thought into my rankings. I value trying to be just and if I talk to people, I got a reason for what I did. So I can always, if I feel like, and if people come at me the right way, I don't mind having a discussion, a moderate discussion about it. I'll tell them, why I see things a certain way. But I'm not going to, respond to badgering and somebody coming at me the wrong way. But somebody that I respect, somebody who respects me and I respect them, they come at me, we can talk about it. I tell them exactly why I got some certain person position, maybe where they're position or not position, where they're not position.
Shoot, let me ask you this. A lot of people don't realize you have a little different than mine. You have a certified scouting service. And one of the reasons, so you have colleges who pay you. They subscribe to your subscription. How many colleges do you have, presently and at your highest point? Because I know things change.
About high, probably about 40, about this, about 30 plus now. Sure. See some renewal cups, so I don't know who's gonna renew or not. But
you break it up a little bit, Shoes. You starting to,
it's a nice, nice geek.
So you have about, did you say, how many did you say you had about? Say it again.
Plus. Right now about 30 plus.
So here's what people have to understand. There's about 30 plus colleges who think that Lavelle Shoes Johnson is worthy of paying. And so that must mean something. And myself, I don't have I have it, and the scouting service is one of those things where I chose not to do a scouting service where several colleges told me, man, you need to do a scouting service. But one of the reasons I haven't is because I'm doing the podcasting and I don't want to mix and match the podcast because I want to do these type of things. And I'm going to be with several college coaches this year that I'll be doing.
Now, EV with this year, it does kind of create a dilemma on crisscrossing things. Like I've had thoughts about maybe doing some AU. I just don't know how that would, doing AU and trying to have a service would work out. How much it would change things for my, they make you get certified and everything. Now so I've tried to stay away from doing any coaching course because I got the service.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's what people don't understand. When you hold on one second. I had to jump off for a quick second to handle some personal business. But anyway, I'm back. People, yeah, like you said, Shoes, you can't mix and match on some of that, so you got to pick and choose. But I can tell you this also, when I, rank kids, I have several college coaches who they look at the rankings, they take it seriously because I've been fortunate to coach at the Division I level on girls and boys side, and so we just try to do the best we can to help as many kids as we can. Cord, I want to bring you in real quick. Cord, a lot of people don't realize, Jamin and JJ, y'all don't understand this. Cordarius Jones was a big time scorer. Hernando scored over 2,000 points, was a legend in high school. Cord, let me ask you this. You know the parameters for this one-on-one deal. How would you have done if somebody would have put you in it back in the day?
I don't know, Evie. I feel like I'm a good one-on-one player, but like being put on the spot, I understand the keys being put on the spot. But I ain't gonna lie, if there's enough hype to it, I'm gonna do it though. Like, if it's somebody I really want to go at, I'm gonna do it.
Who was somebody back in the day, Cord, you would have loved to do this against?
Man.
Maybe Shoes might know him.
Me and Ariel Horn was the same type of player.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He had a better career in college than me, but we was same stats. John Sexton, that was at West Union back in the day. Played at Northeast. We played against each other in college. That'd probably be but it felt like when I was up north, it wasn't really nobody kind of just model my game. They were trying to stop me in that game. So I can't really say who. It was teams I didn't like, but teams I wanted to go at, but players,
Hey, let me ask you this, Cord, because you're a little younger than us. Was Shoes doing the rankings when you was around too?
Yeah, he was doing the rankings. I was low, but he wound up putting me in top 10, I think, later on. But it was like the North was different then. It's like they didn't like all those guys in Jackson got all the credit back in the day. That's how we felt in the North.
Shoes, what's your thoughts on that?
It was just Olive Branch. They didn't know no Hernando. We were trying to sneak in. And I to be honest, the Shoes defense.
It took a while for me to see him. It took a while for me to see him.
Because I was more known in the Memphis area. I was more known in the Memphis area, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew about him, but it took me a while to actually lay eyes on him. But once I laid eyes on him, I realized, he was pretty good. Now I put him up in the rankings, and he finished fairly high, I think, in the rankings when it's all said and done. I can't remember right now, but I remember when he was playing.
I respect. Now I respect it when at the end. It just was something. I used the rankings like it was like foreign land down there in Jackson. So I was like, man, I'm gonna get them guys. So every time I did play against them guys, I tried to put up big numbers. Even if we lost, I tried to make sure I did what I had to do. But in the Memphis metro area, where I was at, man, everybody knew who I was, so it was a little different. But I didn't think the whole Mississippi had a gap between North and you got down to Jackson and all the way down there. So that's just how I felt back in the day.
Let me ask you,
Kind of like that.
yeah, and it's still. Do you feel it's closed the gap a little bit, Corey, or not?
Man, certain teams, but I think social media is helping out big time. I think Shoes will agree. I think you will
Yeah.
agree, Evie. Social media help out a bit. I think if I had social media, yeah, if I had social media, Twitter and all that, the way my dad was filming games and all that, he was like filming every game. So I think it would have been big.
Gotcha. Let's go back to JJ and JJ. Talk to me right now. You, I think you told me earlier that you have an offer from Colin. Provine is expected, in 5A this year. In our opinions, is one of the favorites, this year. Talk to me how, what's is it 5A or y'all moved up to 6A?
5A.
Okay, so 5A, y'all went to the championship last year. Talk to me a little bit about, huh?
We went to the semifinals.
Semifinals, that's right. But you were expected to get to the finals. And it was kind of a letdown. You guys didn't get there. What's your thoughts as a senior? Tell me a little bit what you think about this year's team and how you're gonna make sure you don't have that same disappointment this year.
I think what we struggled on most throughout all my years at Provine is like we gotta learn how to deal with adversity, like staying together when adversity hit. That's what we've been working on at practice. Like coach been having us working hard, having us trying to come together when adversity hit. So that's really what we've been working on. Really, that's all we need.
What kind of pain did you feel after that loss? I mean, like tell me, take me back there and just tell me, like, how did you feel after the game? How long did it take you to get over it?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was crushed. I was crying like a little baby. But,
right.
It was just like a feeling like, dang, we could have had it. It was like that type of feeling, and it took me a little while to get over, but I got over. Now we gonna be back.
So you can to me, I can just tell you this now. When I look at y'all this year, I think it's gonna be this would be my dream state championship. Provine versus Cleveland Central. That is the game I would love to see. So now let's go into Geek World. So Geek World is a place where we make things happen. So let's say we Provine Cleveland Central. Give me the score.
You just gonna travel on the legend, huh?
Huh?
You just gonna walk all over the young legend.
Oh, I forgot about the young legend. Oh, yeah, ooh, don't. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, he's in 5A.
Yeah.
Yes,
they in Cleveland Central in the same region.
Ooh.
In the same region.
Sorry.
You do know Provine beat the Central to get to Jackson.
Ooh, man, I'm sorry about that young legend. And Raymond ain't 5A, is he?
No, Raymond 4.
Okay, so we got the young legend.
Raymond 4.
Anthony Carlisle. Well, I still want to see Cleveland Central Provine. I just do. I'm sorry, young legend.
Hey, that's what
so tell me this.
Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
Give me the score Provine Cleveland Central state championship game. Give me the score. Who wins?
Provine wins 56-50.
Okay, 56-50. All right, cool. All right, I like that. So we're gonna put that down, 56-50. Javen, talk to me a little bit about this is your senior year at Murrah. You guys are in 7A, and you know this is a team you're gonna have to carry. And the expectation, just be honest, like y'all gonna have to upset some people, surprise some people. Do you think that you guys are gonna be able to do that?
Yes, sir. I feel like this team is more like everybody's together now. Like everybody really taking it personal. Like, because everybody just overlooking us like we just some regular team out here now. But I feel like once the season starts, everybody's gonna be on the right track and get it done.
So when Shoes don't rank y'all in his top 15, is
we
motivation
gonna be top 10 for sure. Top 10 for sure.
Okay, top 10 for sure. So
I'm
just telling you this now. I'm telling you now, he ain't gonna rank you in his top 15 early. I'm just telling you that right now. So
once he start watching, he gonna see.
He gonna see? Okay, cool.
Show me.
Talk to me.
Show me, baby. That's all I can tell him. Show me. Hey, way in there, they gonna get in there.
All right. Now, Saturday, man, listen. Again, the Geekers Challenge, one-on-one. You guys know what it's gonna be about. Jamie, tell us what you know in your battles against JJ. Tell us a little bit about him from your perspective, and tell us why he won't be able to dethrone you or take you out on Saturday.
I mean, like playing him, he's a lot because like he's fast, he's small. You can't put no hand on him, so it's like. But I feel like I can stop him. In some ways, I can stop him. I know like where to stop him at, so I ain't gonna give out my secret, but we gonna stop him. I'm gonna stop him.
You gonna stop him? Can he stop you?
Nah, he too small. He's too small.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. JJ, your turn. Talk to me.
I mean, I done heard that a lot. It's cool. It's cool, but just know it's gonna be a lot of energy, a whole lot of energy. I ain't gonna do all the chit chat. I'm ready to hoop. That's all.
Ready to hoop?
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna do Deion Sanders on us, huh?
Nah.
Coach so how tall each individual?
Jamin Cooper about 5'5", 5'6".
5'8".
Man, dude ain't never.
I give 5'8".
Okay, I'm sorry. You 5'8", Coop?
I'm 5'8".
Okay, my bad. Okay, JJ, how tall are you, JJ?
5'5".
5'5".
Okay, cool. I'm off.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I understand the small thing, but I was 6 foot in high school. But I turned out to be 5'10" in college. So let me say, I was a small scoring guard. But so what do you mean by saying that he's too small? Cause I ain't gonna lie, I had harder times with smaller, feisty guards than I did with taller ones. Javen, what makes you feel like he's too small? You strong?
He ain't too small, but like I'm gonna use my ways to get to the hole. Like any way possible.
Okay, you got a good post over.
We gonna get to the hole.
They ain't got but 3 dribbles now, Corey.
I'm gonna get to the hole.
Okay, now that's interesting. 3 dribbles too? So it ain't straight battle out. Okay.
Yeah, 3 dribbles. They're gonna do a half court one-on-one court, and then at the end they're gonna do full court one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Full court gonna be a monster. That's how you probably gotta play defense.
Yeah, that full court gonna be a real monster.
Yeah.
Like that, you gotta be full court. That's why I said with this, I just really don't believe there'll be any losers because it's a battle. It's such a tough competition, and like I said, there was several I tried to get some girls to do it. I had a stupid matchup in the girls. I'm not gonna call their names, but I couldn't put it off. I mean, it was so, it would have been so big. I had some other guys, they had some other stuff going on. They didn't know, but these two warriors, they said they're gonna do it. We're gonna live stream it. College coaches gonna be in the building. Everybody's gonna get a chance to see it. It's gonna be on the YouTube forever. So I'm excited about it, man. And Coop, you and JJ, I appreciate you guys popping on. And so I'm just excited, for this Saturday, man. So everybody got to understand it's going to be at Murrah's this Saturday around 1:30 p.m. So you check that out before you really get into the heart of your football. And we're going to have almost like an afternoon massacre. Somebody, the afternoon matinee massacre at Murrah, hey, JJ, let me ask you this, because we just so happen to have it at Murrah. Talk to me. He gonna be on his home court. Does that matter to you? No excuses. I love
coming in with the same purpose.
Ramped up.
Yeah, I'm trying to leave out of there what I came in there for. So
yeah, I may have something a little special for the winner. I might have a little, I don't know if I'm gonna have a championship belt. I got something, that y'all gonna go out with. So, Coop, any last words for JJ before we let y'all go?
They gotta get the job done.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I might do something else, man. Hey, this is what I need you guys to do. Promote the thing. Big Time Flyer be out tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about it. We're gonna be promoting it all week. I might even have the guys come together for a weigh-in. So I may have a special weigh-in, that we working on. So I'm excited about it, man. Appreciate you guys, Coop and JJ. Y'all can click off, and we're gonna finish up the show.
Appreciate it for having me, Coach.
All right, man. Yes, sir. I'm kind of excited about it, man. I mean, what's your thoughts? Shoes, just listening to him.
I mean, I think they're gonna go at each other. I mean, for you telling me what, I've watched both of them quite a bit. I know they both of them strengths. From different aspects of your competition seem to favor one. One is strong in one for some phases. The other, I think, maybe a little strong in the other phases. So I think it's gonna be real interesting.
The Geekers challenge.
Phone, EB.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. If I was playing, I mean, I really be getting my rest that day before, because that little guard was from Provine. If he quick like lightning, like I think that's tough in 1-on-1. And I was more of a stocky guard, so woo. I'll try to overpower him.
It's gonna be real interesting to see. Like I said, I think some of your planned competitions might favor JV, but a couple of them might favor JJ. So it's gonna be real to see how it plays out. Who can close the gap in the one that favors the other one?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's gonna be one thing. It's gonna show who's in the best shape. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to condition. Yeah, it's gonna come down. Switching gears real quick. Shoes, we're getting ready to go back full time, man. I'm excited about talking hoops in the SIP this year. But before we get off, just tell me, some interesting things that you saw this summer, in just terms of, you don't have to go and just memorable things for your son, that you saw over the summer this year.
Well, probably the biggest thing coming out of the summer to me is the number of guys, is the 2, 3, or 4 guys that have left the state to play ball. We've had 3 or 4 guys that were, pretty recognizable guys that have left the state to go play somewhere else.
Who is that, Shoes? Who are they?
Hold on. At Olive Branch, Jay Tyler is going to Cordova up in Memphis.
That's right. He sure did.
Going to Cordova. Yeah. Did you know that Ken, DeAndre has left and gone to Camden High School in New Jersey?
I had heard that. The 6'5" guard.
Yeah. And then the Hutton kid at Itawamba left and went over to Atlanta to go to school. The athletic kid at Itawamba, he left and gone. He left and gone over to the Atlanta area, Rome, Georgia, to a school, more of a private than the prep school over there. So we've had a number of guys, move around a little bit and leave the state on us.
Wow.
That's a big blow to Canton. They were going to be he's the top 10 team coming back. And, I may still find him a spot in the lower part of the top 15. I got to consider him, but losing him was a big blow.
Huge blow. I thought he had a really good summer. I saw him over at Jackson State, played really well. I guess he's figuring that I guess he can't get it done in Mississippi. And I don't understand. That's what I call a misnomer. You got to look at Mississippi is known, even though it's a football state, we know that. Let's not try to trick ourselves. But we have had plenty of kids make it at the big time from Mississippi. A guy, let's just call a few that maybe we'll know: Malik Newman, Mo Williams, Monte Ellis, Chris Jackson. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Like
Aaron Davis playing good.
There's been a lot of guys. Yes. And I don't know what, what led to it or whatever, but yeah, he all of a sudden I got the call about a week or so ago and he was going up there, supposed to be going up there.
Wow. That's crazy.
I think Olive Branch is still gonna be pretty good even without Jay.
Yeah, but that's a big loss. I think that's a
top 6 or 7 team even without Jay.
Ooh, I don't know what you think, Corey. You think they're gonna be still without Jay Tyler? That's a guaranteed 18, 19 a game.
Yeah, well, what I'm hearing, I think it make them a more cohesive team. Where I think they might have more chemistry.
Really?
I heard they lost him to Memphis, but they got I haven't talked to anybody up there to actually get the kid's name. I heard they had a 6'4" kid from Memphis come in that can play. So it's kind of a trade, hey, he was the player to be named later in the trade.
I can tell you a kid, man, I want to throw his name out here, and he would have been at Horn Lake. And if he would have played at Horn Lake last year, I don't see how they would have lost if he would have been able to fit in. If his talent is he's one of the most talented kids in the state. He's not. It's unfortunate he's in playing in Memphis too. A kid that we haven't had a chance to see in the state, and that's Dorian Bowen. I had Dorian Bowen right behind Sam Funches in that 20. For me, he would have been in that 2020.
He left and went to Memphis also?
Yeah, he went there last year. Yeah, Dorian Bowen. Yeah, he's the real deal. He is, as long as he takes care of business just mentally, he has a chance to be special. He really does. So that's another kid that we've lost. Corey, talk to me about what you've seen, some memorable moments in the summer. I know you coached the All-In Bucks team, but just period. What are some things that some memorable things over the summer?
It wasn't a lot of memorable things as far as they just stand out on the top. But all in together, I think the group that we was able to coach, me and Ashley, was a special group because they just played hard. They did what they supposed to do, and I just want more college coaches to be blowing up my phone because you got to practice what you preach. I got some kids that you need, And there's gonna be some glue players and some good players at the next level. So that's what I want to be memorable, the end game. So, it wasn't just a lot of highlights, but um, it was a treat to see some girls that really played the game the right way all summer.
What is shoes? And I'll ask you this, and Corey, I can ask you too, because Corey, you have, in girls basketball, in my opinion, you have pulled off some pretty big accomplishments, here in the recent years. You had Maya, is it Nora? What's Maya's last name?
Right.
Maya Pratcher. I was thinking of Maya Norwood, who's from Florence right now, but Maya Pratcher who's at Auburn, ended up now back at Jackson State. You were able to coach Taylor Woodhouse a little bit sometime, and she was at Missouri State. She's at Jackson State. Talk to me about, some of the kids that you've been able to coach over the years, and where they are now. But then also, do you feel that, and Shoes, you can answer this question too after Corey. Do you feel that there are a lot of good evaluators in college? Or do you think that? Tell me your thoughts on their evaluation skills and from your perspective.
To be honest, I'm very disappointed on a lot of evaluations from college coaches. That's at all levels because I think they're not relying on what they always preach. Oh, we're gonna develop. We're gonna develop the player. We want a player that's gonna be this and that. We want a player that's gonna put the work in. I don't think they're practicing what they're preaching when they say that. Now, don't get me wrong. Transfer portal there, you got to use it. But there's a lot of risk kids in the transfer portal. I done had some kids that's risk kids in the transfer portal just because their talent is really good. They're gonna take a chance on them over a kid you can have over 4 years is gonna be loyal to you. But I understand you want the talent, you know. I just think they need to start kind of giving more credit towards the development part. And I know some coaches do it, some coaches don't, because I feel like there's more of the treat at the end. But folks' jobs on the line, so I can't scold them too much and be on them too much about it. So that's just my opinion. And speaking of girls I done coached over the years, you got man, it's a lot of kids. A lot of kids is kind of done gave up basketball, unfortunately, in girls. But you got Ari Winston that wind up had a lot of D1 offers coming out of JUCO. They should have never went to JUCO.
Right.
But she wound up going to Philander Smith. Just for the simple fact, she kind of, I won't say burnt out on basketball, but she just kind of want to finish up and get her degree and just continue to play the game, without all the politics. You got Maya Pratchett, of course, that went from Auburn to now she at Jack State. Taylor Woodhouse went to Jack State. You got Indell Bowen that's at SEMO. Her, she's doing really good. MK Von Cannon, that's a kid that's like, if I had to make a list of kids that I coached over the years, her, Kamaya Griffin, and who else I put up? And Janiyah Jones from Kahoma would be like some of the top like special kids that I just enjoyed coaching over the years. So, got Tyler Payne and Monticello, Cherry would see how she would come. I'm gonna tell you a kid that we're gonna watch out for that I coach. She at D2 level, she at Mississippi College, Alicia Florence. She was at Pearl River. I think she's gonna have a breakout year. I really like her. I really always liked Alicia. She always played the point guard for me. It's just so many kids now. It's just amazing just being, in this business for so many years and able to count the kids that you done coach. The ones that's still in the game, the ones that's not. So, you know. I just want the college coaches to rely on us, the shoes, the Core Jones, the EVs, the Eddies, the whoever else, we can go down the list. Man, we know these kids. We know who can play at these levels. So it is what it is.
Shoes, talk to me your thoughts, doing this for as long as you have. And, longevity means something. You've done this as long as I have.
EB, you've been around enough to know what's the one question that all college coaches ask you that irks you?
Who else is recruiting them?
Who else is recruiting?
That's right.
They copycats. They hate to get on a limb on their own. They hate to find that, you have it happen once in a while. Everett Payton was the only D1 off we had was Louisiana Lafayette. And he been in the league.
Wow.
But that only happens every blue moon. It's like they waiting to see who else thinks the kid is good too. They don't want to be the one to go out there and jump all over a kid by themselves. They just caught it. That's the one thing that drives me crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right, Shoes. It's too bad because you're right. They always ask that, who else is recruiting? Well, it doesn't matter. You got a chance. You see him. Do you trust your eyes? See, I trust my own eyes.
I do too. But I don't think
it's bad in boys. It's bad in boys though. Like I see it. It's bad. Y'all opinion, do y'all think it's worse than it's bad in girls, it's worse than boys? Because y'all just named Alfred Payton, Steph Curry, John Morant. How you don't see these kids? Well, they're not that good.
Damon Lillard.
Was it not that good?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. How did you miss it? See, and that's what I want to pride myself on is, and even in this evaluation game, we know Madison Booker's good. We can close our eyes and be like, oh, she's really, really good. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that. But can you see, that kid, like you talk about a Jalecia Florence, who I remember her, a 5'9" point guard who went to Pearl River and really played out of position, just to be honest with you. And she played like the 3 and the 4. And so sometimes, you got to deal with that. If she turns out to be, could be really good. And see, for me, when people don't make it, for me, I don't get bent out of shape because that doesn't mean they can't play. That don't change my mind. It means that they went to the wrong school. The coach didn't do what they said they was going to do. I don't know how you feel about that, Shoe. That don't always mean that they can't play. It just means they might be in the wrong situation.
Like Samara Fields at Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now she got every JUCO as a freshman. She got a lot of these mid-major offers. So what was different? She's still playing the same player.
And think about this now. There was only one person in the state that offered her, and you're talking to her right now. So why didn't think about this though? She's got now Virginia Commonwealth. She got all these schools that's on her. Did she improve really that much?
Yeah.
Did Hope, Coach Adams do that great of a job?
And I know she did. But let's be honest. She was still that wide scorer that can score the ball. Jabrica Pro is another one. There's a lot of schools that pass on that probably wish they had Jabrica Pro right now. It's a kid in Memphis that played at Belmont last year. Now she's at Tennessee. She didn't have no Power 5 offer.
Right.
What you was missing on? Now she at Tennessee, star point guard.
Now, to be fair, people do develop late. Sometimes they do develop. See, now I'm just be honest with you. The low majors and mid majors is the new JUCO. You go there and kill. You can go get Power 5 on.
Yeah.
Is that your Shoes?
That's it.
Yeah, well, folks,
I don't take that low major.
Kids thinking about that too.
Make off and kill.
Yeah, there's some kids mindset like that too now. I done heard some kids say, I think I'm gonna go there. And they going to D2 saying the same thing too. I'm gonna go there and get the numbers. And I'm gonna go higher. Like you probably weren't thinking about that years ago. No. So
well, because this is, and I said this before, this is the most challenging time to recruit an athlete ever. They have so much other stuff going on in their life, man. Like social media, man, I really don't want to play no more. Like it's crazy. And so they go there, they get a boyfriend, they get a girlfriend, whatever it is, and that can change, especially on the girl side of things. I think guys, the guys kind of will see. Guys, we still got that mindset. We get into the league. So something wrong with our minds sometimes. We just go man, I'm gonna make it to the league. Well, you didn't play.
No matter what we did.
Yeah.
No matter what they role was in high school.
No, it don't mean they still feel like, man, I'm getting to the league. But even then it's kind of still changing because it's so much other stuff to do. And see, when we were growing up, and obviously, Corey, with your parents and your dad, and I remember the influence that he had. It was a lot more challenging, and even you, Corey, you didn't finish like you should have, as far as college and stuff like that, because you went on, got a job, and different things. Talk to me, like Corey, since we were there. If you had to go back and tell us what you would do differently because you were a heralded.
Yeah, I've been wanting to say this too. I wanted to say this because I had a lot of D2 offers out of high school. This what happened. I just give a rundown. I was committed to Jack State under Sylvester Anderson and all them. That's when Boone was there. They played at Ole Miss. I was committed to him early, so I think my summer going to senior year. Somehow where they didn't want to, I didn't understand the game. They felt they weren't gonna give me a full ride my first year. They was gonna try to, play some scholarship academic with some other stuff. You know how you do it, Valley EV. That's kind of like your deal, what you had to do. They want to do with me. I didn't understand. I said, no, I'm gonna just go JUCO. I'm gonna ball out and go to Ole Miss on y'all. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show everybody. And when I really should have went somewhere with an established program like a Union University, Alabama Huntsville offered me, like schools like that. I should have went there because I'm more of a 4-year player, but I was listening to other people saying how good I was, and wind up just didn't pan out. Like didn't want to put the work in no more. Didn't do good in school. Was doing bad in school. Getting influenced by a lot of stuff. Had a baby early. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen in college, man. When you get on your parents' wing, you gotta be mentally ready for it. I wanted to quit so many times. I faked the injury trying to get a red shirt and everything. So
I mean, man, it's like that, man. And when you get away, right now I've had, 2 daughters. Obviously, my 31-year-old, she graduated from Jackson State. My 28-year-old graduated with her bachelor's and master's from Jackson State. And then now I have a senior daughter that's getting ready, to graduate. And so it's a challenge, man, because you never know what's going on, and it's just a lot going on in their heads, and so it is very challenging, with these kids.
EV is another funny thing I miss, and I don't want to call school out because I don't want to send me no bill or nothing. But I was feeling bad at this school I was at. I was trying to get some film to go overseas and all that, trying to geek them because I shouldn't have never been there. I was at this school. Like the blackboard wasn't working. Like I was failing every class. I'm just being honest. I was failing every class. I was just in school. I was living out my car almost at the time. And I just quit. Told the coach I had the flu, went home, never returned. I never heard anything from the school. They never sent me a bill or nothing. It's like I wasn't even existed at this school. I ain't gonna say
It's
school
like
name,
that. I can tell you this, Corey. Go back and try to get back in school. That bill will pop back up.
No. I already did. It didn't pop up. So
it didn't pop up.
No, I'm good. I just don't call them out. Maybe they'll find my paperwork somewhere. But it's
guys, man.
I'll tell y'all one thing that I do think works against some of our kids though. I told you this before, EV. I think that we're such a kind of a small town state. And a lot of times, the communities embrace the kids who are really good, and the coaches are trying to just win games. And so a lot of them aren't pushed as hard in high school. And I think when they get to college and realize the work that goes into being a college player, that sometimes that's what kind of pushes them, makes them fall by the wayside a little bit. I think it's a little easy at times in high school if you're talented, because if you're good, everybody in that town knew you was good since you was 6th grade. You've been on a pedestal. You ain't had to work that hard to get them coaches trying to win. They just letting you, they letting you do you and play. A lot of them ain't working that hard, So I think that the small town, the small community set up, it kind of works against some of our kids also.
And some of them kids don't even play AAU basketball. Their mamas don't. They can't really fund it. They kind of stay play on the local. They don't know what real AAU is, so they never really seen that college coaches sitting in front of your game. They don't understand the work really they got to put in. They just know they're gonna score 30 on some little school that because they got a little talent. But I think that's why kids got to play against their peers. Not the kids is not putting the work in. Play against the real peers that's on your level. They in all year long. Day in and day out.
Right. Well, guys, man, it's been great. I'm trying to cut this thing down to about an hour. Let's get our last geeks of the day and listen. I just want to let everybody know we are coming back full force. It ain't gonna be. We're gonna be consistent. We're gonna be doing YouTube shows. We're gonna be doing Twitter Spaces. I'm gonna be talking to college coaches. I'm gonna be. I got a bunch of stuff got planned, and so I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen here on the Geeker Report podcast and our Talking Hoops in the SIP show. And so let's get our last geeks of the day. Corey, start with you and then choose, and then I'll, close us out.
I know last year, man, I said I was going to get heavy on some media stuff, but this year I got my mojo. I'm ready to do it. I'm be branching out, be going on like a JUCO, kind of like a tour, trying to get, follow some of these girl JUCOs and kind of just branch out there, doing some social media stuff under the wing of, Talking Hoops. So, be looking forward to that, give us more content, more boots on the ground, promote these kids.
Shoes.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the new rankings will be coming out real soon. I haven't done any probably April. We got through the summer. We had pros. I ain't gonna got back to your stuff. There's gonna be some guys. I see somebody that is mine. I like trying to see as many kids as I can before I do my update. But it's time to put a new set of rankings out. I'm excited about them. Be some kids that'll jump in and jump around, that'll really climb. But I always say this to the kids, man. One thing is an honor. If you're in there, that means I saw something in you. Really saw something in you. It might not be where you want to be at the top, but I saw something in you. But it's about getting that scholarship, about those scholarship offers. My rankings and my recruiting service are two totally different things. Rankings have very little to do with recruiting service. But I just wanted to throw out there to keep a lookout. I'll be posting new rankings real soon.
All right, and
how about them boys? How about them boys?
Yeah, 40-0 against the New York Giants, and so that's we'll give you that prop. I just want to say, remind people Saturday this week at Murrah High School Geekers Combine. We have registration will definitely end by Wednesday. So if you want to get your kid in, go to geekerscombine.com for the one here Saturday here in Jackson, Central Mississippi, and the Gulf Coast, boys and girls. And so we have several young ladies and several guys already signed up. So we got some more spots, a few more spots, not many. And then that's where I'll be doing my evaluations. Shoes will be in the building to evaluate some of the boys. So you definitely want to come finish out. And then on September 23rd, we'll be in Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss. The home of the Ole Miss Rebels will be in there at the community center in Oxford. We'll be announcing the Geekers Challenge there. We got a great big time matchup that'll be going on there that we'll announce next week. And so we're excited about what's happening here at Talking Hoops in the SIP, the Geeker Report, everything. And so I would just encourage everyone in this season. I'm gonna probably be ending with a scripture. Try to end with a scripture every time. But I want to have one last shout out to our sponsor, Tatum & Wade Law Firm. Thanks again for sponsoring. Located right here at 124 East Meade Street in Jackson, Mississippi. But I want to leave you with this scripture: trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. For Shoes Johnson, Cordarius Jones, I'm Coach EB, aka EB the Geeker.